We've been waiting for this one all week long. It is the season finale of Luke Who's Talking with our man in the field wearing a very cool jacket. It's Canada's favorite tight end, Luke Willson. Luke, you're on Radio Row, as they call it. You're in the FanDuel set. It looks fun. How's your time in San Francisco been so far?
Jay, I'll be honest with you. I'm having the time of my life right now. And I don't mean to rub it into my Ontario friends, but it's strictly been because of the weather. Okay? And it's not that warm here. It's not that warm here. But just with the winter we've had, you know, and I'm north of that 407. We're getting pelted up. Even though it's close, I'm north of that 407. Okay, we're getting pelted with snow. I got off the plane. I was like, freedom. You know, I rented a bicycle. I'm out riding. I've crossed the Golden Gate Bridge a couple times. I mean, I walk 45 minutes to breakfast just to get outside and enjoy it. Again, I don't want to make it sound like it's hot, but it is definitely not the Toronto winter right now. So that alone, I'm having the time of my life out here, Jay, and I digress. I'll stop talking now.
I love it. I mean, you look great. It looks like the Bay Area is treating you great. I wanted to start, Luke, with a question that I asked Brian Hayes yesterday when he was in his hotel room. Which quarterback do you trust this weekend more, Sam Darnold or Drake Maye?
For me, it's Sam Darnold. You know, I happen to see, and as you know, my adversary, Brian Hayes, went the other way on this. But I understand the regular season is, you know, Drake Maye had obviously an unbelievable run. But this is a what have you done for me lately league. And you look at the Patriots, you know, playoff run, and there's been some weather, there's been factors in that. But they have struggled at that position. They've struggled protecting the quarterback, and they have not played super well offensively. Where on the flip side, Seattle offensively looks like they're coming into their own. They're a juggernaut. The really only knock on Sam Darnold this year was that he had a few games with multiple turnovers. He seemingly cleaned that up. Now, that being said, though, Jay, this is by far his hardest test, especially in the playoffs. It's not even close. You look at what they do, New England defensively. They disguise so many coverages. It's very, very hard to kind of get a pre-snap read. So Sam's going to be asked to do a lot of just going through progression, 1 to 2 to 3 to check down. And I think he can do it. Again, if he protects that football, which I think he will, I trust him more than Drake Maye at this point because I do think they'll protect him better than Drake Maye's protected.
Luke, what do you think, and let's maybe start with the Patriots, what do you think the biggest advantage that each team has in this matchup on Sunday?
Yeah, so I'm going to go a little bit off the board here. So we'll start with the Patriots. Like you said, it's Mike Vrabel and the staff. And it's not, I want to be very clear here, it's not that the staff is better than Seattle's. But to me, they have more experience, you know, whether it be as a player, as a coach. And then also, situationally, nobody is better than Mike Vrabel. I look at, you know, him calling timeouts in the half, stealing possessions, just figuring out a way to get that one extra score in. Let's go back to the Denver game, the AFC Championship. One of the most unsung moments is that last drive. Denver's got the ball. They make a late sub. Vrabel goes in and just sends a D lineman on that he wasn't planning on putting on there. Somebody somewhat interchangeable just to kill that clock. So now all of a sudden you've got Stidham down there. The clock's ticking down. There's a bit of frantic. Obviously Stidham hadn't played. Throws a pick. These things matter. Vrabel can steal you a win. In the last 10 times Seattle has played, including one of those in the Super Bowl, it's pretty much came down to the last play or a play within the last minute of the game. So I think the biggest advantage for New England is their coaching staff and that experience. Seattle, on the flip side, I think their biggest advantage, quite frankly, is this defense going up against New England's offense. Seattle, and everybody loves to talk, Jay, about Seattle's, you know, the dark side defense, the DBs, this, that, and the third. And they deserve it all. This is the most important stat to me. Teams averaged 3.7 rush yards per carry against Seattle this year. 3.7. That is number 1 in the NFL for Seattle. As much as we love to talk about this DBs and their secondaries and what they do, they play nickel, play dime. Again, I won't get bogged down in the minutia. The reason they're able to play so free is because of Byron Murphy and Leonard Williams, the two inside guys, and Jaron Reed as their spill guy, because they are dominant. They dominate the line of scrimmage. They dominate it. So if they stop this run game, and now all of a sudden it becomes Drake Maye has to throw the football, which I think is what's going to happen, it's just a huge advantage for Seattle. and one that I think they're going to take advantage of.
Okay, Luke, finally, the big question, the ultimate question when it comes to the Super Bowl. Who do you think wins the game and why?
I'm going to go 21-17, Seattle Seahawks. So I actually like this to be a low-scoring game right now. I think that, again, I mentioned the Sam Darnold situation with, having to go through progressions, the disguises that New England gets. I think that defensively, Seattle will dominate. That's what I'm hoping, at least, as well, Jay. So once they get that lead, I look for very conservative play calling from Clint Kubiak. Run the football, try and stay in third and manageable, shorter than these stuff, play that field position game. They don't. I'd love a blowout, but they don't need to blow this team out. I really like Seattle to win it tight. I like it to be a low-scoring game. However, there are a lot of different ways here where this thing can break open, meaning, okay, special teams with Rashid Shaheed, this thing breaks open, or turnovers from the Seahawks, this thing breaks open the other way. So I don't feel great about 21-17, but that's what I'm going with right now. 21-17, Seattle Seahawks win the Super Bowl.
All right, remember that, everybody, when you watch the game right here on TSN on Sunday. Luke, you mentioned you're walking 45 minutes to breakfast. You rented the bike. You're biking around Golden Gate Bridge. Is this why, Luke Willson, we saw this tweet from Jeff O'Neill, our mutual friend today? Only 3 people showed up at the hotel gym this morning. Me, Christian McCaffrey, and your camera operator right now, Calgary's own Ryan Vardy. It's the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The O-Dog wanted you there. What happened, Luke? Where were you? The O-Dog's upset.
Well, first off,
there's Vardy.
hey, it's Vardy right here.
This is what I'll say. Okay, I was brought to the attention there, and obviously Vardy's grinding, getting it in. I'm sure O-Dog was getting it in. Listen, I rode my bike around. We're not staying close to the Golden Gate Bridge. 85 kilometers is a decently far ride. And the second day, it was much shorter. But I climbed 2 mountains, man.
Yeah.
My legs are cooked right now, so I just went for a nice, easy walk. I'll be in the gym this week. I'll make sure O-Dog's in there. I'll put a big show on for him, and I'll make the tweet. I'll make the official O-Dog workout Twitter.
A tweet where you are spotting O-Dog and he's just crushing like 500 pounds on the bench press would probably be the greatest thing that would ever happen to this network. So, yeah, manifest it as best you can, buddy. Do what you can.
Jay, what I'm wondering is maybe if we could get one where, like, we're both on the elliptical hacking a dart. I think that would be a little more appropriate. But I digress.
We don't condone hacking darts on ellipticals unless you're a professional like Luke Willson or Jeff O'Neill. Actual professional athletes are allowed to hack darts on the elliptical at the hotel gym. Luke, enjoy the game Sunday. We'll talk to you after the game, okay?
Can't wait.
Yeah, don't forget, we've got the game for you Sunday right here on TSN. You can also check it out on CTV and Crave, 6:30 Eastern Time. And when the game is over from Levi's Stadium, Luke will be on the field. We'll chat with him. We'll break it all down.